Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to my channel. So this next series I'm decorating my entire apartment, and the reason for that is just because me as an artist, like I need a creative space where I can thrive and where I can create new things and just be refreshed when I come home from like the craziness of life. So that being said, there were some things that I definitely found out over the course of me painting my entire living room, hallway, and dining nook by myself. So here's some of the tips that I found. First thing, and I found this out like real quick, do not pay for stir sticks. You will go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever the heck that you're going, and they have packs of stir sticks that you could buy. It's like 10 in a pack for like $4 or $5. Don't do it. At Home Depot, if you're buying paint, just go up to the counter and say, hey, do you have stir sticks? And the lady will hand them to you. I only had 2 gallons of paint, but she gave me all of these stir sticks, so for free. 2, if you live in an apartment, do not get a massive canvas drop cloth. Like, do not. First and foremost, you're not gonna have anywhere to put it when you're done painting. Second of all, have you seen how much those things cost? I walked into Home Depot and was like, oh, I'm totally gonna get like this canvas drop cloth and then I can use it for other DIY projects. It's $30 for one. For one that's like a 4 feet wide by 10 feet long or something like that. What I definitely would suggest is get a pack of these. These will save you time, money, everything. Okay, so they're paper on one side and then they're plastic on the other, so that way when you drop paint on this side, it'll soak through, but then it won't go past the plastic. These are absolutely massive. I think they're like maybe 6 feet by 10 feet, and you get 2 in a pack for like $6. Also, this is another great thing. Then if you decide, you want to do other DIY projects where you might need a drop cloth, I just cut off like a 3 by 6 section, folded it, and I'll just keep that in my little DIY closet. So that's a manageable size for me. 3, get good quality paint with a primer. I've seen paint cans at Walmart for 17 bucks. I've seen paint cans elsewhere for 16 bucks for a gallon. Do not do it. I promise you, you will be so sorry. You'll be doing 5, 6, 7 coats. Who knows how long you'll be there for. So I know the paint with primer, high quality paints, I know that they seem expensive because they're like $32 a gallon or whatever. But honestly, when you think about how much time you're going to save, and when you think about the fact that you don't have to buy a primer on top of the paint, you're actually saving money. Also, here's a great tip. If you buy your paint during any sort of holiday, Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July, Labor Day, whatever it is, most of these brand name companies will have some sort of sale. For instance, I got 2 cans of Behr paint. They were originally like $32, $33, and they had a mail-in rebate, for each gallon that you buy, you get $10 off. So I got 2 gallons of paint essentially for a little over $40. Next thing, this is a great tip that I picked up from the Home Depot guy. When you have your little paint rollers, get some tape and just lint roll them. If you have a lint roller at home, great, do it that way, or else you're gonna end up with hairs on your wall. Next, cover your paint trays. If you plan on painting anything ever again while you live in your apartment or if you move into a house, whatever, get these liners. They pop right out. Or if you want to be super cheap and, budget friendly, get some foil and just tear a few sheets, lay it down in there, roll. When you're done, toss it. You can use it again. It's great. 6, do not buy scented drops. I know that sounds like a weird phrase, but I was at the Home Depot counter and this one guy came up to me and was like, oh, have you tried these drops? You just put a couple in your paint and then it doesn't have like that strong paint smell. I don't give a crap. I am not paying an extra $5, $6 for a tiny little bottle just so my paint could smell like some kind of like air freshener that plugs into your wall. Like, I think they're literally made by like Glade or something. I don't know, but it's a waste of money. And honestly, I got, the Behr Marquee 2-in-1 like paint and primer, and it didn't smell that bad. It was 100 degrees outside, so I was not trying to open a window, and I painted the entire apartment with my windows closed and I was fine. 7. Oh, number 7. So use an inspo piece to pick your paint color. And I know this seems like duh, but honestly, just because your favorite color is pink or purple or fuchsia or lavender, or you know, whatever the heck it is, that does not mean that it should be on your walls. So that being said, if you are not trying to redecorate your entire apartment, if you are not trying to buy, you know, 5, 6, 7 pieces of new furniture and accessories and yada yada, if you're working with what you already have and just want to put a fresh color on the walls, use an inspo piece from around your apartment. So for instance, I have this beautiful original Marco painting that was given to me by Marco, and it has lots of really cool like blue, teal, turquoise hues, kind of like all mixed in. It's really cool. So I had this one, and then from when me and Mike went on our honeymoon, I have this heavy, mamma jamma. I have this, again, it has kind of like the light blues, teal, turquoise, you know, things going on, and then it's very like bronzy, goldish, you know, a lot of warm brown tones. So considering those two were my inspo pieces, my pieces of art, and the majority of the furniture in my apartment is like brown, kind of like antique toned, gold, bronze, you know, wrought iron, that kind of thing, I knew that in order for my furniture to stand out, I needed to pull colors from these inspo pieces to contrast it and really pop the furniture out. So I knew I wanted something in a really, really nice shade of like a blue-green, you know, somewhere in that family, as well as I wanted something light enough so it would really bounce light around the room and make it feel open and airy, not like a cave. Number 8, this kind of goes along with number 7. Once you know, pull the colors from your inspo pieces that you like, whether it's like oranges or reds or whatever, go to the paint store and pull every single paint chip down that is in that family. I know this sounds absolutely bizarre, but hey, we like options, we're gonna do options. Pull a bunch of paint chips off the wall. I think I pulled like 10 down, 10 to 15 down, and then just sat there and looked at them, brought them home, hung out with them, you know, saw what was going on, and then I narrowed it down to 3. Once I had those 3, I went and I bought samples. And I know you're thinking like, man, I don't want to buy samples, it's a waste of money. Samples were only like $3 at Home Depot. And it's the perfect amount of paint that you need to be able to paint a swatch and really sit with it for about a week and decide, you know, which one you like more. Number 9, kidnap a friend. I will say this because I painted this apartment by myself and it was hell. Hell, like bring a friend, get 2 or 3 friends and split the jobs up. Have one person do trim, have one person, you know, roll, have one person tape, have one person like pick a designated person for each job and it will go so much quicker. I think for me, it was 8 hours doing this by myself and my leg was sore, my arm was cramped up. It was too much. So kidnap a friend and split the jobs up. Number 10, buy blue painter's tape. I know this kind of seems like a duh, like what else would you buy? But don't cheap out. Don't get like regular little masking tape or, you know, whatever. Get blue tape, and for this specific reason. Not just so you can do the trim so that you don't get paint, you know, on your baseboards or crown molding or anything like that. But this is really bomb right here. Get your blue tape and tape it to the edge, like halfway, tape it to the edge of this, and then tape it to your baseboards. And the reason for that is, this is another reason why I don't really like canvas, is that, you know, you're laying it down to protect your carpet, but as you're painting, there's drips coming down. As you're painting, there's stuff flying here and there, and it can kind of bleed under, you know, your drop cloth. So if you get blue painter's tape and you tape your paper to the baseboard, if it hits that baseboard and it comes, you know, and it rolls down the side of the tape, it will roll onto that paper instead of onto your carpet and bleed behind your carpet. So get that blue painter's tape, tape it up, tape your paper to the edges of the room, and you won't have any problems. Ooh. And then I have a bonus tip. Here's a bonus tip. Prep your walls. Prep your walls. Say it with me. Prep your walls. Paint adheres so much easier when your walls are clean. Think about it. When you're doing a DIY and you're painting, you know, like let's say some little wood, whatever, some wooden craft, you sand it and then you wipe it off with like a damp cloth, right? So why wouldn't you do that with your walls before you put paint on them? I literally just got a sock, attached it to my Swiffer, dipped it in some water with a couple drops of like, I think my lavender Trader Joe's soap. Use a mild soap, just a little bit of drops. You don't want it super soapy. Just plunged it in the water and just went up and down the walls. Like it literally doesn't even take that long. Just plunge and go. So I would say that's my bonus tip. So overall, those are my 10 tips. plus bonus tip. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual. I'm going to continue on with this series. You guys are going to start seeing a lot more DIYs and home decor. And you guys have a good day. Bye.